Hi, and welcome to another show and tell. This time we'll be looking at the Deep Blue Depthmaster. Before I go on, I'd just like to specify something. I am not a watch expert. I am just a collector and I enjoy watches. So there's a reason that I call my videos show and tells and not reviews. I don't have the knowledge or the expertise to do in-depth reviews of watches. I'm going to leave that up to the watch experts. So just so you know, I am a private collector and enjoyer of watches, and I make these show and tells for other people like me who don't necessarily want or need to know exactly how the movement was built up and when the company started and all that things, but just want to know a little bit about sort of the overall impression about the watch. And again, that's why I call them show and tells and not reviews. Right. Okay, so this one is, as I mentioned before, it's the Deep Blue Depthmaster. And first off, there is a reason it's called the Depthmaster. It has a water resistance rating for 3,000 meters. That's 1,000 feet. That's absurdly deep. That's really, we're talking the Mariana Trench or something like that. It's an impressive watch. I got this at a really good price, second hand, and you can't see it's been used. And I'm very impressed with it. So let's have a look at the stats for a minute. Okay, it's powered by a Miyota 9015. It has a date. The movement has 24 joules. It has a 42-hour power reserve. And what else? Case material is 316L stainless steel. The crystal is sapphire. It's a domed crystal. What else can we say? It has a helium valve, as you can see there on the side. The case size is very large. It's 52 millimeters. That is with the bezel guard. It weighs a whopping 300 grams. Okay, so the visual impression of this watch is, well, I find it very impressive. It reminds me of a sort of a deep sea bathysphere sort of built up. It looks, as you can see here, it has a domed crystal, and it reminds me of the way that you would build a deep sea craft. Sort of you have the inner sphere that can take all the pressure, and then you have the outer rim, and that's sort of the way that this is built up also, and it leaves an impressive impression. Right. So what else can I say? It has an overall feel of quality. I must say it's. You get this in your hand and you think, well done, Deep Blue guys. It's just pleasing to look at and overall impressive. Now, it is a large watch, and if you don't like large watches, you might not like this, or you could just buy it for when you go diving and then take it off and wear something else when you're sitting on a cafe with your wife. In a cafe with your wife, sorry. I mean, as a dive tool, I think this is rather excellent. I haven't dived with it yet, but as I am a diver, and I've dived a lot in my life, I could imagine that this would do the trick. You certainly don't have to be worried about exceeding the depth limit of this watch, not in any way. What else can I say about it? It's very well done. I've said that before, so now I'm just repeating the obvious. Well, there's nothing really, I don't have anything negative to say about this watch, not at all. Oh, the lumen is just, it's not the radioactive rods thing they do. I haven't had one of those watches yet. This is just a normal painted on lumen, but it is very, very bright. I mean, it's exceedingly bright. It's probably the brightest lumen watch I have, and I have quite a few. So this thing will shine on hours after you go to bed. Yeah. Right, we can have a look at the back. see if I can get it in focus. Be patient with me for a minute. Well, the lighting and so on in this place is not optimal for this, but you can see there, the little deep blue diver on his way down, and yeah, it looks good. It's definitely not a watch anybody would laugh at, not with that depth rating. It's really an impressive tool. I keep saying tool, but for me, this is a tool watch, and I really do enjoy these watches from small companies that aren't mass produced and just make quality timepieces for an affordable price. I mean, when you talk about the depth rating of this watch, I mean, it's not exactly the same as a Rolex Deep Sea, but it's close and for a fraction of the price. So my overall impression about this watch is it's really good, and I would like to say to you guys in Deep Blue, well done. Can't wait for my next Deep Blue watch. I have 2 now, and I'm definitely heading towards a third. Right, well that's it for me, and I hope you've enjoyed this little chat about this watch. And if any of you guys are out there thinking about buying one, new or second-hand, I can just say go ahead. One last thing. When one talks about watches that are in this quality, one shouldn't be afraid of buying used. Used watches are excellent also. There might be some cosmetic problems with the watch, but if you find used watches for sale for a good price and they're not cosmetically damaged in any way, then go for it. I mean, it's just a nice watch. So thank you very much for watching, and catch you next time. Thanks.